Good morning, Rebels, and welcome back to my life. So 1 week ago today, Felicia Day, one of my favorite people on the internet and bona fide geek icon, wrote a post on her Tumblr about Gamergate. She expressed concerns about the movement and explained why she hasn't spoken up about it before. Justifiably, she saw an environment in which many women were being attacked and harassed and didn't want to invite more of the same. We have to remember that as a geek icon, Felicia Day has already in real life had people stalk her, track her down, get her home address, follow her around, and of course she would be hesitant to invite more of that. And of course, within an hour of her Tumblr post, Felicia Day was doxxed. Someone published her personal information online, including her home address and her personal email. This is a perfect example of the Gamergate movement enjoying the privilege created by the psychos within it. If you're a Gamergater, you might be against harassment, and you might be open to honest discourse with people, but there are women out there right now who are afraid to speak about your movement because of the people within your ranks. And even though you're not one of them, you are enjoying the privilege of their conduct, and that is an issue. I've seen posts listing prominent geek icons who have remained silent on the Gamergate issue, and for some reason the posters always see this as a silent sign of tacit support. But I find it much more likely that they're scared. They're terrified that if they speak about their concerns on the movement, they'll be attacked, just like Felicia Day and so many other women have been. By the way, I use women very specifically because hardly any men have been doxxed by Gamergaters. I think that Felicia Day's attack might have been the moment when the world woke up, because nobody knew very much about Zoe Quinn or Anita Sarkeesian before Gamergate, so it was easy to imagine whatever you wanted about them, construct your own narrative. But we all know Felicia Day, and when she was attacked, that felt a little too close to home. Since she was attacked on October 23rd, use of the Gamergate hashtag has been steadily downtrending, which might be a signal that the movement is losing some support. But of course, some people are still saying that the harassers and trolls are the minority, and Gamergate is actually about ethics in game journalism, but that narrative is becoming increasingly hard to believe, and even more so when you look at facts and statistics. First of all, there's the fact that the Gamergate hashtag itself was coined in a tweet by Adam Baldwin, which was tweeting about Zoe Quinn, not a journalist. Also, recently, Newsweek did some actual investigative journalism and compiled this graph. These are tweets using the Gamergate hashtag directed at people and entities within the controversy. If you can't see those labels, let me make them a little bit bigger for you. Okay, so you can see that Kotaku is getting a lot of tweets, right? More at least than Zoe Quinn. But Zoe Quinn is still getting way more than twice as many tweets as Nathan Grayson and Stephen Totilo combined, and they're the journalists. Meanwhile, Leigh Alexander is getting a decent amount of traffic, and she's an actual journalist, so that makes sense. But she's still getting way less than half the traffic of Anita Sarkeesian or Brianna Wu, who are not journalists. So listen, guys, you can say the movement is about whatever you want, but I like to look at facts and statistics and what I can actually see in front of my own eyes. Meanwhile, people like Total Biscuit continue campaigning for journalistic integrity, and he's actually, doing that. He's not being defensive about misogyny, as so many Gamergaters are, and he's actually raising concerns about journalistic integrity and following through on investigating them. So listen, if you're actually about journalistic integrity, campaign for that, and do it well and thoroughly. Just don't do it under the hashtag that is inextricably associated with misogyny and ruining people's lives. Because Gamergate is. Those are my notes, Rebels. I'm going to be at Kamikaze all this weekend. If you're going to be there, tweet at me. My Twitter's in the hashtag. I would love to meet up. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Thanks for watching that video. I hope you enjoyed it. My YouTube channel, my 2 weekly podcasts, many of my books are free, and if you want to support all that free art, you can become a sponsor of independent art on Patreon.com. Patreon.com is a voluntary subscription service where for a small monthly fee, you can get all kinds of exclusive, awesome art that I create. Click on the orange button below or the link in the description. Thanks for checking it out. Big shout out to my superstar patrons Soren and Gary, and I will see you tomorrow.